Hanka Simon, co-founder of the Lifestyler Co. And every week I love to meet different people from our Lifestyler community and hear a little bit about them. I mean, some of the challenges they face, how they've overcome them, so that maybe it can help you along your journey too. And so this week we have Pocket Rocket, Mel from Melbourne. I love to call you the Pocket Rocket because I've never met someone with just so much energy like yourself. And every time I jump off a Zoom with you, I'm always like bouncing, you know, after I speak to you.
I hope so. I like to give everyone a lot of energy.
You know, they say, you know, I always say when you leave someone's company, you want to make them have felt better for having been in your company, right? And you're definitely that person that when I leave your company after being on a Zoom with you, I'm just like, I feel good for having, you know, chatted to you that day. And that's how it should be, shouldn't it? You know, you're like positive Pam, you're not negative Nancy.
No, not at all.
So, Mel, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'm Mel from Melbourne. So I have two little girls and I was in the travel industry for about 10 years. And being that COVID hit, I lost my job, and thinking that I was bulletproof in that job. Like, I'd been there for so long, I knew a lot about the product. I didn't think I'd ever be made redundant, but you know, things in life happen, and you know, I think it's awesome to like be able to pivot that and find something else. And you know, even now, like back then, I wish I had a plan B. Like I'm also a hairdresser, so I fall back on that, but that's just not enough for me to fall back on. And I've magically been able to attract something into my life that is absolutely amazing in the health and wellness space. And now I'm working around my kids, and, you know, while they have nap time, I'm building a global business. So it is amazing.
That is awesome. I mean, if someone was made redundant and you feel bulletproof, how did you feel at that time? You know, I mean, when people are faced with challenges, it is just, you know, you feel like life's over. Like, oh my God, what do I do now? That gut-wrenching feeling of that stress that builds up. I mean, how did that make you feel?
Oh, I was so sad. I never ever thought that would happen to me. You know, everything was starting to happen with COVID, and I thought, no, I'll be fine. My job will be great. And then, yeah, that happened, and it was just, it was heart-wrenching, especially after being in such a passionate industry for 10 years that I just loved. It was really, really hard. But, you know, I always say, you know, one door closes, another one opens, and that's exactly what's happened to me. So, and that's what I believe in. So I just take it with a grain of salt and go, all right, what next? What's next?
You know what I mean? Everyone, like, she's just so good to hang around. Like, something so, you know, challenging can happen in your life when most people are like, you know, would crawl up into a ball and want to die. You know, they're thinking of the worst. Like, they're thinking of mortgages over their head. They're thinking, how do I feed my family? They're thinking, what do I do next? And you know, they like attracts like, and you definitely have attracted some positive opportunities to come into your life, and that's because of your positive outlook to everything, no matter if it's a challenge or not. And that's something I've always said: challenges are there for a reason.
Yep.
And they come into your life, and it's how you look at them. You know, you could look at them as a negative thing and focus on that, or you can look at it as, like you said, another door opens, or an opportunity to grow and learn, or move into another direction. So that's awesome. So tell us, the Lifestyler, what made you want to buy the Lifestyler planner?
Well, you know, being that I had been in the industry for 10 years, so I knew what I was doing every day, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, something new. Oh, what am I going to do? And to be able to plan and do things, it was easier to have the Lifestyler that has all the areas in my life that I want to improve myself. So, you know, things about business and physical and relationship and personal growth and development, and just so many different things that I can improve in my life to better my life and to better lives around me as well, in my family and my kids, you know, making sure that I spend time with them, and, you know, that quality time as well. And so being that the Lifestyler is all it breaks all the goals down for you, and then you just got to add your own goals in, which is just, it's so simple and so easy to use. So I've really enjoyed using it. And there's areas where you can add notes, brain dump, and you can just add information where you need to. And like, you can set your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your yearly goals, which I really enjoy doing. So then I've got something to focus on, and I've got a goal to set to get myself to where I want to be.
Absolutely, especially starting a new opportunity like you have, which, I take my hat off to you for doing that. And, I guess the lifestyle planner would, that would have been really good for you to set your vision and your mission and know, I guess, where you are today and know where you want to be. And then have that, I guess, that tool that is able to break that down for you into smaller chunks, so that you understand what to do next, and then what to do next, and and just take those little steps that's going to end up getting you towards your end goal.
And it keeps me accountable for my day as well. So if I write something down, like if I want to run every day, if I write that down, I'm going to make it happen. I don't always get to run every day. That may not be one of my goals, but it's very high up there. But with 2 little kids at home, that kind of gets pushed away a little bit sometimes. But I get to walk with them, so I figure if I can't run, I can walk. So that's another kind of goal that I can set, and I kind of plan to do it, and I add it to my diary, and I go off and do it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I always say to people, you can't plan results, you can only plan the action. And if you're planning the action and you're blocking at that time, and what I love is that I set my goals into my week to view diary. So I know what my goals are for the month. I break them down into weekly goals. I schedule it in, and then everything else just fits around it. But like you said, sometimes life does get in the way and things don't always happen the way we would like. Yeah. But having it written down is so powerful, because you simply just move it to the next day or the next week if you need to, but if you don't write it down, it's just out there somewhere in the universe as a wish, as far as I'm concerned. So how has it improved your life so far?
Well, I think it's improved my life as in a way that I am more aware of areas of my life that I need to improve. And being that, like, I'm a very organized person myself. So if it keeps me on track to stay organized, especially around 2 girls that can just, everything can get thrown out of the water. It keeps me organized, and it's just helped me, just be more aware of the areas in my life that I want to improve and that I'm working towards to improve. And, personal development is a massive one. And I think, just recently I watched a documentary. I think it was a Tony Robbins documentary on something, and there was something about a gratitude rock. And so I went out in my garden with my little girl. We chose a nice rock and we put it next to the front door. And every day we walk past that rock and we say something that we're grateful for. And I'm trying to incorporate that to my husband as well. And I think if I didn't have that lifestyle reminding me that every single day, writing something down that I'm grateful for, or gratitude, I wouldn't have that little rock next to me. And it's just made me aware of little things like that. So now I use my little rock every day.
That's like your anchor to remind you of, what am I grateful for? And you could walk in your door and have the worst thing happen to you, your car broken into, or something went wrong, and and then you've walked into your house and then you see that rock and you're like, even though it reminds you to get back in center, doesn't it? And go, know what, I'm grateful that I've got these 2 beautiful children next to me right now. We're all happy, healthy, and alive.
And so I make the one that can talk, not the baby, but the toddler, I make her say something as well. And so it incorporates them into my life as well, like even more.
And what are you teaching your children in the meantime? That's just gold.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the days of when we started the gratitude around the kitchen table is where we do it. Yeah. And, when the kids were young, it was like, I'm grateful for my Barbie doll. I'm grateful for my Barbie camper. And now it's moved to other things as I've watched them get older, and it's evolved. And I'm grateful for, just being able to go snorkeling today. Yeah. And being, because we live here in Fiji, and just having things at our doorstep and the freedom, and we're just grateful for so much. So that is awesome. I love that. And one of the main things I'm going to say that I've seen a change in you and improvement since I've been working with you and watching you through this lifestyle process is the growth you've had as a person. From the day I met you to who you are today, it's like a new and improved version of Mel. I mean, and you know, so that is just awesome in itself. I think the growth you have when you work on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's only going to get more further and deeper as I continue on my journey.
That's awesome. So to wrap it up, Mel, you know, when someone is at point A in their life and they want to get to point B and they want to make improvements in all areas of their life, what advice would you give to someone through your journey?
I would just say go out there and do it and keep being consistent at what you're doing, because nothing happens overnight. And I think when you're learning new skills, it's like, you know, if you went to university, it's going to take you 4 years to learn how to become a nurse, for example. So something you're doing is not going to happen overnight or in 3 weeks. So I think it's something that you have to keep on learning, keep improving yourself, and just keep going. And I think with the lifestyler, it just keeps you accountable to yourself to do it and go out there and do whatever you want to do to change your life and make it better.
That's awesome. It is a great reminder, isn't it? When you're carrying around your vision board with you, you're carrying around your journal, you're carrying around your 5-year goal, your 12-month goals, and it's with you all the time. And so having that lifestyler, for me, even just looking at like the cover on it, like as soon as I see the flower of life, just reminds me, I don't know, it just calms me and centers me and reminds me of there's more than this, than just a diary and a things to do list. You know, like don't let life run you, you run life. You know, everyone's got a diary and that's just things to do, which stress me out. But what I love about this is it's got that built-in personal development tool in it that does constantly remind you on the go of why we do the things we do. And I don't know, it just calms me sometimes, you know, when I see that diary, because I'm like, this is why we do what we do.
Absolutely.
So thanks so much, Mel. You're an absolute legend. Have absolutely loved getting to know you, you know, just not only through the Lifestyler company as well, but outside of the Lifestyler too, with something we're working on as well. You've got amazing energy and just proof that no matter what challenges arise in life, you know, other doors can open if you're open yourself. And I guess it's all about your outlook on life, isn't it?
And thanks for having me on here. It's really nice, and it's really amazing to be able to work with someone like yourself and, you know, get all the ideas and inspiration from somebody who's paved the way already and is leading by example.
Thanks so much, Mel. Well, thanks again for today. I hope everyone has enjoyed this episode of this week's Lifestyler interview, and I'm sure you've got a lot out of it to help you get from A to B. So thanks very much for watching. See you later, everyone.
See you later.